Alright guys, I'm back. Now, according to the information that when you get all the emeralds and super emeralds, the boss is completely the same, at least as it looked like, and the island will, instead of falling down, it's going to be float more up, and then it's just going, well, around to space. Well, it's going to space, and then you see Knuckles there just standing, and then it just ends. So that's not worth it just to do that. So what I'm gonna do is this is going to be the last part, and we're just gonna do the final thing, and that is showing you what happens when you have all the super emeralds. Look, what it does is you can completely rape everything around you. Watch. You remember this boss? I have a lot of trouble with it. Okay, press A in midair. And look at this, I'm hypersonic. I can destroy anything on my path. And everything that opposes me, nothing they can do about it, except bottomless pits. But since there are no bottomless pits, I can destroy anything on my path. Oh, this is so much fun. And you can only do this when you have 50 rings, by the way. And your invincibility will stop when you have no rings anymore. Wait a second, did I actually just say that this is the final thing I wanted to do? No. Seriously, I was not. I was kidding about that. There is still one thing I have to do before this walkthrough is truly complete. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut forward until we get there. So hold on. Also, what I forgot to tell you guys, if you ever turn into supersonic or hypersonic, you can cancel it out just by going into a minigame. Okay, but anyway, this is the real deal. The real deal ends. What I was talking about. Do the final boss again, while having all the super emeralds, and of course the chaos emeralds, because without chaos emeralds you don't have super emeralds. That is just really obvious. Anyway, as I was saying, you have to do this boss again, and there will be more to this. Yes, more. And trust me, it's going to be interesting. It's one of the best fights you'll ever see. Well, at least in my opinion, it is a pretty epic fight. And, well, at first, you have to deal with this boss, which might take a long time. But that doesn't really matter. But basically what will happen is that when you defeat the boss with the phases he had before, there will be a zone 14 for you. And what that is, well, I think you can guess it by now. And if you can't, you are definitely no Sonic player. Then you never have played Sonic before. But since I know, I'm just going to show you. You know, once I beat the crap out of this boss, we're just going to do some real deal, and then for the real deal. You know, I just want to have a footage of the complete final boss, just to see how long this boss can take you in total. It has a lot of phases in altogether. And, well, you can tell that this phase is actually the longest. Well, at least if you fail sometime when hitting it. And I think we're at the last hit. So, get ready. Or, it was not the last hit. My mistake. You know, I'm not counting, but I'm just gonna feel my way and think, this would be the last hit. Well, okay, this was the last hit. Okay. And by the way, it's not, it doesn't really matter if you use the super form here, but most of the time, which I think it's actually pretty normal, is that you accidentally turn into super. Actually, I never tried it in this boss before. I don't know if you can, but I'm not going to try it now. But if I don't, then what? Well, I lost the ring, so it doesn't matter anymore because you need 50 rings in order to do it. But at least now I can do the boss faster. But you know, that just depends on how well Tails is gonna do. I mean, Tails is just so much in your way. By the way, if you ever die here, I think I didn't tell you before, the time will just reset. But if you just do it on a first try, it just continues. Until you beat this phase and the next phase. You know, when we're about to escape, the time will stop automatically. Okay, so Dr. Octagonopus decided to make a return. Wow, I even got my ring back. That was kind of surprising, actually. Well, if Tails just keeps dying here, that won't really work for me. I mean, Tails, look at Tails. He's just dying all over the place. He cannot even harm me with the attacks that make me go right through the boss. Okay, get ready, because after this phase, it's coming. Also, if you didn't unlock Zone 14 just yet and you have the Super Emeralds, you will automatically go to this level. You know what I'm going to do after a few seconds. I'll tell you, it's a pretty epic boss. Okay, so you have the Master Emerald, but for some reason, you come here in outer space and you're flying like a golden hedgehog. But yeah, even though you're just looking the same, you don't have as much invincibility as you had before. Well, pretty much you are invincible, but you can get stung by those rockets which are coming towards you. And that is, let me count for this. This is phase 5, the rockets. Pretty much you can't do anything, you just have to avoid rockets. Well, that is actually not much of a problem, but you just have to grab rings. Because if you run out of rings, you fall down to the earth. Well, you won't get to see that, but you can tell you will die. And it doesn't really matter if you crush through these rocks, it just slows you down a bit. But that's all. It is also a nice touch, actually. Okay, now we go for the Doomsday Machine. What you want to do, he's actually completely invincible for what you do. You just have to lead these rockets to him. Can you believe that? Actually, Supersonic seems that pretty useless. Well, he can fly and stuff, but yeah, he can't really harm him. Or it. Whatever. Also, try to do this quickly, because if you take too long at this, you will definitely die. Okay, that was phase 6. Get ready, the final phase comes here. Yeah, he looks kinda destroyed now. You should think it's over. Nah, he has some last stand. He just tries to escape, he's just so desperate, he just wants to escape, and he just wildly just throws bombs at you just in order just to hinder you. It doesn't really harm him, but it just stuns him. Just to hinder him. And oh my god, I'm low on rings. Seriously. Rings! Oh! Okay, I'll see you when I get back. Alright, we're back. As you can see right now, I have a lot more rings. And let's just go back where we left off by Mr. I'm desperate, I'm just going to escape as quickly as possible. By the way, this is really useful in this part. If you repeatedly just press the A button, you will go a lot faster. Some people don't know this, but if they don't notice, they have a lot of trouble in this boss. I'm not kidding. This is actually just something which is required to defeat the final boss. Wow, that was it. Wow, that was a rip-off. And that is the end of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And no, there is nothing more. Yeah. Normally, if you just defeat him normally, that's, Master Emerald would not be attached to Tails' plane there. Because if he just goes by, he just passes by the, well, he comes to Angel Island normally, and then he goes away, but nothing happens. But since we have the Master Emerald now, it floats off. It looks actually really weird. It looks like if Knuckles beats this game just normally without the emeralds, it falls down, and then Sonic makes it go up again. It might be the case. I don't know, but it could be. But if you, this is just the true end, because this is, you see, Knuckles is happy, everything is just back to normal. And, well, in the credits normally, if you just defeat it normally, you don't see these animals flying and jumping around here. And at the end, there is a slight difference too. Normally you see just Sonic jumping towards the screen, and this time you see something different. But there was surprisingly a lot of stuff you could do in this game. More than you could actually think, you know, if you haven't seen this game before. I had I guess I had a pretty good time with this game. Well, unless the so many glitches and the so many random difficulties with Knuckles. Well, okay, that is not really that much, but that's not supposed to happen. Glitches are just no fun, and they just happen every time. There was just nothing I could do about it. But whatever. Yeah. It was not extremely difficult. Only just for Knuckles, but that was just because I was not used to him. And actually, just when I was on the Death Egg, just doing the stage off screen, I practically owned the stage. And even with, and I did that without the Super Emeralds too. Yeah, and I did a part with the Super Emeralds, but that's just to blaze through everything, just to come faster back to the place where I left off, just to start recording again. Anyway, this is the end of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We're just gonna see a little bit more of the credits here, and yet again the testers exactly the same, which is actually quite obvious. Yeah. Well, guys, presented by Sega, not by me. That was the end. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough, and I'll see you later. As soon as this little thing ends. Ah, look, I'm standing there, and Sonic is bored. Anyway, see you later.